Okay, the reason for going to Europe was because of Ian and Diana Macmillan, who were teaching here. They'd come in 1967, I think it was. Both started to teach here in September of that year. Diana was at the junior high school and Ian was at the high school teaching social studies. I was there doing French and some biology, I guess, at the same time. So we became very close over the 2 years, spent a lot of time together. So why don't you come to Europe? We're going to be over there and you can spend a bit of time with us if you like, and whatever, go your own way. And so I thought, well, yeah, I'll do that. So that's when Ian and I decided we would like to do a bit of traveling in Russia. After our stay there in Moscow, we obviously had to go by train. We were headed back to London through Poland and East Germany, West Germany, and probably back to Belgium again onto the ferry. But we had booked couchettes in a sleeper compartment or sleeper car on the train from Moscow. And the compartment with the couchettes, I think there were 3 couchettes, one above the other. So Ian and I obviously had 2. Got on the train, and in our compartment, or our car rather, were a number of compartments. There was a group of Polish war veterans. Most of them were blind from various war wounds, and so needed somebody to look after them. So they couldn't really be separated from their wives. So asked if we would mind splitting up and going one in each in a different compartment, and we said no problem. So we ate. We went back, and I think we probably sat in one car until time to go to bed. Somebody came down from the group, probably the guide, and said, "Come on down to the party." So we went down, and they were handing around the vodka bottle, and it seems to me they were eating melon too of some sort, all jabbering and laughing in Polish. And she was trying to tell us in French what was going on. I'm trying to tell Ian in English what she'd said to French, what had come from the Polish. My French at that time was fairly rudimentary, and mind you, it's amazing what a couple of slugs of vodka will do, but anyway. So it was an interesting evening when we all went back to our compartments and slept. And we arrived at Brest-Litovsk about 7:30 or so in the morning, the following morning, at the border with Poland. And before the train pulled into the station, the Russian border customs people had gotten on the train and collected all our passports for processing. So we pulled into the train station, and we had been told very forcefully before we even went to Russia that not to take any currency out of the country. And Ian only had some coins, so he decided he was going to hide his in his sock in his shoe, which he did. I had some bills, probably about $1 worth of money really in hard currency, but chicken me, I decided I better go and change this into hard currency. So I got off the train onto the platform, went into the station where it said change, and put my money down and got back the equivalent in 6 or 7 different currencies, some pence and some francs and lira or whatever to make up, I assume, what I had given them in Russian rubles. So I came out of the station and the train was gone. And I didn't have any passport. I knew neither Russian nor Polish. And so I sort of didn't panic at that point, thought, oh, it's probably just shunting, it'll be back eventually. So wandered up and down for 15 minutes, which became half an hour very quickly, and decided I need to know where this train is. What if it's on its way to Warsaw, and here I am stuck. So I was trying to think what Warsaw sounded like in Polish, so I think I'm saying Warsaw or something to that effect, and people were pointing. Somebody would point here and somebody would point over there, and I thought, I'm not getting very far here. Saw an in-tour sign on the station around the other side, and went and leapt up the stairs, went on the first floor and burst through the doors, and I was literally crying at that point. And the woman behind perfect English after I'd explained my dilemma in my, what I thought, slow, halting English, so she'd understand. Said, "You didn't hear the announcements on the intercom and or on the loudspeaker system?" No. Apparently they were done in 4 languages to tell me that the train would be an hour and that it would be coming back, but at a different platform. So she came around the counter and took me by the hand and led me down the stairs and said, "Wait there, your train will be in about 10 minutes, which it was. But I got back into the car and Ian had stayed on the train. Well, he's just killing himself, laughing. He's on the floor, he's laughing so hard. I must admit now it's funny, and probably a day or two later it was funny, but it was not funny then. But